My name's Jake. I'm a high handicap golfer. I shoot anywhere from 95 to 105 on my worst days. I fell in love with this game now 2 years ago. Me and some friends of mine are on a journey to getting better at golf, and we're just enjoying the process along the way. Anyways, welcome to our inaugural episode. I'm your host, and this is the Sunday Pins podcast. The Sunday Pins podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the first episode. Basically, this podcast is just a group of guys, or what will be a group of guys. Today, it's unfortunately just me. I will have a co host on the next one. But yeah, just a group of guys who are high handicap golfers, and we're just going to give you our point of view on golf and our journey through getting better at the game. And you can listen to on your way into work. It's going to be great for the kids, great for the family, great for the dog. This episode is going to be a little bit shorter than usual just because it's just me today. I am recording this on the 24th of June. So pretty much all the information I have is going off of what's the newest info today. We're going to go ahead and get into it. We have a couple segments that we're going to get into. One of those being what I like to call the world of golf. Basically, what we're going to do here is we're just going to go through and we're going to discuss what's kind of going on in the world of golf net right now, because it is a pretty crazy time. And this show is something that I would hope that some new golfers can get into and listen to, and maybe it would just help them understand from like a newer golfer's point of view. I have only been doing this for 2 years or so. I am still a new golfer. We're going to go ahead and get into it, starting with some LPGA stuff, actually, because I actually find it very interesting. We're seeing a fantastic player out of Rose Zhang. And if you guys haven't heard of Rose Zhang, LPGA won her amateur debut, Stanford grad, currently T12 in the KPMG Women's Championship, already being considered for the Solheim Cup team. And if you guys don't know what the Solheim Cup team is, it's basically just the women's equivalent to the men's Ryder Cup. So absolutely great golfer. At least as far, I haven't been able to catch around, but from the clips that I've seen, she's young, she has the talent, and it's just going to be great to be able to see her develop and become, a superstar for America, and, be on that Solheim Cup team for the U.S. First round that she won, so she placed first, won $412,500, shot a 70, 69, 66, and a 74, and was able to walk away at -9. A solid round, great way to get selected for the LPGA right there. And like I said, currently T12. First round shot a 70, second round shot a 74, and actually put up a great round today at 68, and is currently -1. So it'll be exciting to see if she's able to pull through tomorrow and, just put this one away, because that would be awesome to see two wins, back to back from, this brand new golfer. Thing that we are going to talk about today as well is this current state of golf and live PGA, PIF, kind of like what's been all going on. I'm not going to go into all that because you've probably heard it a million times if you listen to golf podcasts. And if you haven't and you don't know much about golf, just do a quick Google search. I'm not going to really drown Spotify with, that information. There were a couple newer things that have come out that I find a little interesting and just strange. There are some different takes on what other popular people in, the golf podcast industry think about, what had happened, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Starting with, actually, there was a article or a letter, open letter, written by Tom Watson, who is a ex-professional, written to the commissioner of PGA Tour, Jay Monahan. Basically, all this was saying is that, we as, the golfers and the people involved in this, we need answers and we need clarity as to what's happening with this merger with Live and the PIF. Not to get too much into it, if you don't know, the players were kind of left out, and it's kind of controversial because the PGA Tour is meant to be like the players' tour. It's like it's about the players. That clearly isn't the case anymore, at least. Tom Watson, open letter to Jay Monahan. They need more clarity on what's going on. To read a quote from it here, there are many unanswered questions to date, which I hope will be addressed with the players by tour management at this week's Travelers Tour event. What does acceptance of this partnership mean to the tour? What do we get? What do we give up? Why was this deal done in such secrecy, and why wasn't even one of the players who sits on the tour's policy board included? A matter this profound deserves thorough vetting by a representative group of stakeholders, which include those who, in the end, define the public image and emotional connection with the PGA Tour. And he is, what I think, and some others, absolutely correct. There needs to be some more transparency. Nobody really knows what's going on. So hopefully we get some more information here soon, because I'm interested to see kind of what happens if one entity is formed, like one major golf league, or if we're going to still have two golf leagues. I actually was talking to a buddy today, and I really think that this could also be something really good for the amateur game. Awesome to see golf change and see what, kind of what the PIF can bring, even though there is the morality standpoint, which we can all understand. But overall, more money into golf means golf is going to be better. I think he's correct. We need to know what's happening. I think that's the only way to. What more has come of that is actually just a couple days ago is, all three entities were invited by the U.S. Senate to testify in a hearing over this merger deal. So clearly, there's something that may not sit right with somebody, or I don't know. It just may be a part of an investigation. But as of now, it seems that they just are trying to uncover as to what all went into this deal. I haven't seen anything come out about what has been uncovered, but I guess so far so good. That's really all we're going to get to with the PIF Live PGA merger. It's like I said, if it's something that you are really interested in hearing about more, just go ahead and do a quick Google search. You'll be able to find everything you need. I'm not going to have to sit here and reciprocate all that information to you. Rory McIlroy, unable to really just make it happen right now. I haven't really watched many of his rounds either. I've been keeping up with some other guys. Scotty Scheffler. I like Keegan Bradley, which we will get into a little bit more later, because he is currently playing very well at the Travelers Championship. But Rory, first of all, got a hole-in-one. First on the PGA Tour for him. So that is awesome, because as much as, he is struggling a little bit to close out some W's, he is still a great golfer, and first career ace on the tour. Hole-in-one, par 3 8th in the first round of the Travelers Championship. The Open is coming up. Rory won it 2014. It was last hosted there. Do you think he's a contender? Let me know. I will put a poll or something if I'm able to. Let me know, do you think Rory McIlroy, is he a contender to win the 151st British Open at Royal Liverpool? I don't know. I did a little bit of research. My personal opinion, I don't think it happens. I like Scotty Scheffler. I like John Rahm, Brooks Koepka. Those guys, I think, have a little bit better of a shot. Maybe not so much Brooks, but Scotty Scheffler, definitely. I mean, he's like the best in the game right now. Going off of some research I did here, a couple days ago at least, FanDuel Sportsbook golf odds. I don't have the up-to-date statistics on these, but they were putting Rory up top, plus 800, Scotty Scheffler at 850, John Rahm at plus 900, Brooks at 1200. So, all right, so here I have the updated odds here. Rory is at plus 750, Scotty's at plus 850, John Rahm at plus 900, Brooks at plus 1200. So the only thing that changed, I think, was Rory winning. People may be seeing something that I just don't see. We'll see what happens whenever Royal Liverpool comes up. Speaking of the Open, there is one thing that, as a new golfer and a competitive person who's always been into sports, wondered, and that is, how does one get into the professional golf scene? No, I'm not going to be a professional golfer, and I'm aware of that. But just out of curiosity, how would you do it if you wanted to? So, to get into the Open, this is more for the people who are new into golf, it is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. So, regional qualifying takes place at 15 different courses in Great Britain and Ireland, and that is actually coming up on this upcoming Monday. Leading finishers at each event will earn places to go to the final qualifying, and that will be July 4th. 16 players in the final minimum qualifying, and will make it to Royal Liverpool. So it's pretty intense to qualify. You still go through all the rounds. You have to play unbelievable golf. I mean, these guys, they're amateurs, but they're still incredible at the game, much better than I'll probably ever be. So it's really cool to see the young talent, and we're going to talk about some of the young talent today, actually, whenever we kind of get closer towards the current event happening, the Travelers Championship. But yeah, that's the Open. The Open, we're going to kind of get more into the next episode, but I just wanted to touch on a couple things today with it. Man, I wish I would have placed some bets on Monday. I don't even know what the odds were for Keegan Bradley to win, but I am liking the chances right now. I meant to record this podcast actually a couple days ago. It just didn't happen. Life got in the way, but I wrote out my bets. We're going to talk about those. Travelers Championship, there were a couple players who may have had a couple rough rounds the last couple weeks. If it wasn't the last couple rounds, it was, just a couple rough things, not being able to push through and win events, whatever it may be. And it's awesome to see those players kind of bounce back and see how they're doing. So I had 3 players on my radar that I wanted to talk about. 2 of them, Ricky Fowler, Justin Thomas, and the last one was Sam Bennett. So we had Sam Bennett, the first bogey-free round by an amateur at the Masters since 1965. The second best 36-hole score by an amateur at the Masters. Saturday and Sunday didn't go to plan for him. He made the cut, but he made the cut with 268s, and unfortunately shot a 76 and a 74. He still placed T16, which is amazing for an amateur. I mean, he's 23 years old, 24, I think 23 years old. I'm 23 years old, so at the Masters, which is crazy. U.S. Open, he shot a 67-68 the first 2 days at LACC. Unable to close it out, though, and T43 finish, shot a 68 in round 1 and a 70 in round 2, and was cut. So he did not make the cut this week. Justin Thomas, not too hot at LACC. He shot in his second round 11 over and 81. So he did not make the cut. I don't think he had a very good time. He understands that it was a bad round, and I think he's ready to bounce back from it. And I think that is just the attitude that you need. And clearly it's working. He's minus 14. He's T7, so he's definitely bouncing back from not so good round. And last but not least, Ricky Fowler, so close at LACC, but just couldn't pull it together. Ricky Fowler shot a 62 in the first round. Unfortunately, just couldn't pull it together. So it'd be nice to see him bounce back at the Travelers. So far, we've seen him do that as well. He's actually minus 15 T4 with Adam Scott and McCarthy. What is his first name again? I forget. Denny McCarthy. That is his first name. But Denny McCarthy tied with him and Adam Scott. Justin Thomas, like I said, right below them. So the leaderboard at the Travelers Championship, if we take a look, we have our boy Keegan Bradley sitting at the top, shooting -6 today, for a total of -21 through 3 rounds. From out of nowhere, we have this Ches Reavy. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but -20, second place. I apologize again, but I've never heard of him before today. I didn't even do much research on the guy. I believe he is like, what, 180th ranked on World Golf Rankings. Sorry, 108th, not 180. So I've never heard of him today. 3 career wins, 1 top 10, actually in 22 to 23 season. Strong here in number 2, actually giving Keegan Bradley a run for his money. And that can be said for a couple other guys who are really just turning stuff around these last 2 rounds, as long as they can keep it together for tomorrow or today, I guess, because you're hearing this on Sunday. So yeah, we'll see if Keegan Bradley can hold the lead. But I had said originally that he was my guy. He was my long bet. If I had to take a safe bet on the Travelers Championship, it would have 100% been Scotty Scheffler to win it all. The long bet / the may happen would definitely have been Keegan Bradley, just because the course is designed for the guy. I mean, accurate short player, accurate approach player, rolls his putts end over end. The putter's been hot, and it'd be really great to see him win this event, just because I like the guy. Great guy, deserves it. Ches Reavy, however, right behind him at -20, and if anybody's going to do it, he's got to do it. Shot a close round between the two of them today. Keegan was -6 and Reavy was -7. It could happen. It could definitely happen. Force a playoff, beat him, but I want to see Keegan win, man. I want to see him win. Anyways, Patrick Cantlay is at -16. Ricky Fowler, like I said, there at -14, with Adam Scott and McCarthy. Travelers leaderboard it's lacking some big names at the top. Xander Schauffele, I believe, who had won it last, is actually T18. Rory's T15. So yeah, a lot of big names. Kind of lower down on the leaderboards, but that's all right. A couple days ago, I would have said my long bet is Keegan Bradley, but the way he has been playing in this tournament has shown me that he is the safe bet. I think he's going to stay consistent through and through for the rest of this, championship Sunday. He's your guy. If you're going to place an early morning bet, do it on him. A little bit of profit for you because he is in first, so it won't be as high as the odds were when I should have placed my bet and did not. But it'll still be. I think it's a safe choice. Funny enough, I think my long bets, who again are flipped. If anybody who's going to just kind of come from nowhere and do it, it's going to be JT or it's going to be Scotty. I think those are going to be the two guys that will be able to pull it off. They're both sitting at -14. I don't think anybody else who's like kind of low. I mean, Ricky Fowler definitely has a chance here to do it. Patrick Cantlay can probably get, probably has an opportunity here as well. But if anybody's going to really come from down low, it's going to be JT or it's going to be Scotty. And those would be my long bets for Sunday for sure. Like I said, safe, definitely Keegan, definitely the safe bet. I would even say you could probably put Ricky Fowler on there. He is having an incredible weekend, putting together and stringing together some good rounds. Speaking of his rounds, like I said, he shot a -10 today, shooting a 60 to bring him into contention at the Travelers Championship. Like we said before, wasn't able to secure the Open. He was 5 under entering the round today, and he is now -15. Great round 3, and I'm very excited to see what he can do because it seems like he figured it out. We might be walking away with a Ricky Fowler win on Sunday, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So the man's just insane. The final 4 holes of the front 9, he needed to go 3 under for the 60, and he chipped in for eagle on 6, made a birdie on 8, and had an opportunity to shoot a 59 on 9, but he had to settle for par, which 60. Ricky Fowler is definitely a name that can win the Travelers Championship. We'll just have to see how it happens. And again, with JT, he had this kind of mental awakening after his U.S. Open round at LACC. He had an 81. That's the worst round of his major championship career as a professional golfer. He personally said he was humiliated and embarrassed, and now he just looks like one of the best players in the world. He shot an 8 under, 62 on Saturday, his lowest round of the year. He shot up the leaderboard 26 spots. He was definitely a guy that I had thought had a chance to, really come back, and really awesome stuff coming from a lot of the guys on the tour. Like I said in the introduction, my golf game is below average. I shoot anywhere from 95s to 105s. I am trying to break 90 this year, however, and part of the reason that this podcast is starting is for me and my group to kind of document our progress. Co-host joining me, and he will also be documenting that, and we'll be discussing our recent and upcoming rounds, which I have actually one round so far that is counting towards my handicap this year. That was during the official season or whatever. But I have one round, and we're going to go ahead and go over it. It's not good at all. I'm just going to save you time. It was a 103. I have an issue with my ground contact, or my low point. So my low point is just very inconsistent. I have an issue with shots that are above and below my feet, so I've been working on those things, and I feel like that I'm getting better at them. I'm playing, at least probably 2 more rounds. I have a golf outing actually at the end of next month, so I want to play 2 more rounds before I get there, and I kind of am hoping to document some stuff while I'm there as well. But we're going to go ahead and go over the round really quick, and then I'm going to get this edited up and produced. And again, this is just a short introduction episode, just to kind of show the structure of the show and kind of the things that we will talk about. And again, I am really bad at this solo because the script was kind of designed, and whenever I say script, I should say because the outline was kind of designed in a conversation way. Kind of we would bounce ideas back and forth, but it just wasn't able to happen, which is not a big deal at all. Co-host will be joining me next time. Let's get into the round. So we played a local course. This was Butler's Golf Course. They have 2 courses. They have a lakeside course and a woodside course. We played their lakeside from the white tees. And the white tees were playing. So they were playing just below 6,500 yards, or just below 6,400 yards. We're at 6,358. Again, we're not great golfers here, but we're gonna go ahead and go through it here. Par 4s on holes 1 and 2. We doubled both of those. Got a bogey on a hole 3, par 3. Double, triple, double, double, bogey, 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 double, bogey, bogey, double, double, bogey, triple, double. So no good. 51 on the back 9, 52 on the front. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff to work on. My green and regs suck. Can't hit fairways. And I just think a lot of it comes down to just not really loosening up in my downswing and letting it organize itself. But I don't know. I've been working on a couple things. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm really hoping that I can get out on a course and actually do some filming, or get out on the range and do some filming. because I do want to upload some stuff to our YouTube, which if you do want to subscribe to that, we don't have anything on there yet, but please feel free to subscribe. I will put a link somewhere in the show notes or in the description of the podcast, but just check it out. I would really appreciate it. Getting some other people to bounce some ideas off of that, we'll be able to make this happen, and it'll be something that we can continue to do and actually be entertaining. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Normally at the beginning of every show, we will do a listener section where we're going to listen to either voice messages or read your comments, read your poll responses, and we're going to do that just to kind of an interactive session with you. And I think that'd be really awesome. So always, take a look and see if there's something for you to participate in. And make the podcast really fun for everyone. This has been the first episode of the Sunday Pins podcast. Have a good one.